For today's video, I decided to give the game Among Us a try. It is basically a mystery survival game. You are either assigned as a crew member or an imposter, and you are trying to either survive and complete tasks or kill everyone else on the map in order to not be discovered. I decided to play 3 rounds for this first try and record it, and we'll see how it goes. For this first round, I was given the role of a crewmate, so that's fine. Actually, I was a crewmate in all 3 games I'm about to play, so I didn't get a chance to play as an imposter this time around. First thing I decided to do was go try to find a task and get it done. I went to this to download the files, got that done without being murdered, and then decided basically just to start trying to explore my way around the ship. I've seen videos of this game played before, of course, but I don't know the map super well, so I decided just to explore around. We get a call here, no dead bodies. Not sure why they decided to call a meeting here, but I do believe it ends up getting them ejected. Yeah, there's a lesson learned. Call a meeting for no reason, and yeah, you can end up getting kicked out of the game. So, taking notes, learning strategies. This is a game I could see myself playing a lot. It seems like it's a lot of fun. Again, here I'm just kind of exploring the ship. I don't know it too well yet, so I'm just trying to figure things out. This first round actually doesn't last super long, and you'll see why in a second. And there we go. We see Pippiq running up, and dead body right here. So I report it. I did run into one problem here, and that problem was that I couldn't remember who it was when I got here. I didn't remember the name, I remember the look, and there was an orange and a yellow wearing the same hat, so I wasn't confident in who it was. I voted for the yellow because that's who I thought it was, but this vote ended up coming down to a tie. This server had way too long vote times allowed, so I cut a lot of that out here. I then started following Pippiq just because I thought that it was them. I'm probably horribly mispronouncing whatever that name is supposed to be. See, I see him go down here into medical, and I think they would have killed him had I not come in. And I'm trying not to be alone with him because I do suspect he is the imposter at this point. I decided to call an emergency meeting and say very clearly that I thought it was him leaving the body. People were trying to push for a skip, but luckily I did manage to pull some votes, and I was right in this case. Argued my case, cast my vote, and he was the imposter. So there we have it, a very quick round for the first game, and I managed to win my first game, which was fun. Second game, crewmate again. This time I did kind of change my strategy a bit. I just kind of ran around, kind of following people. I was looking for tasks, but I didn't try too hard to find tasks. And I guess in a way that could make me look suspicious as it does in the next game, because I do implement kind of the same strategy. I do one task in that game. I think I do one task at least in every game. body reported here. But the problem ends up being nobody is giving any information about this whatsoever. And without any information to go on, the vote ends up becoming a skip. Lights go out. Does make the game much harder, whether you're an imposter or a crewmate. I mean, here you can't see anything around you outside of the circle of light. Dead body number 2 reported. Again, there just is like no information being given here, so I went with skip again. I gotta say, this imposter was doing a good job. They're not being seen. Nobody's reporting anything. Here we go. I go into electrical to do the task here. Electrical is a very sketchy spot to be in because you can easily get pinned down in here and the imposter can pop out of the vent and catch you off guard. We're getting taken out here. Again, a skip. 3 skips in a row because nobody's giving any information to go on in the vote. I hit the button here to try to call for a vote. And there we go. That was enough for me to go on. They saw them vent. Cast my vote. And we found the imposter. He was close. And that's a second victory. For the third game, I switched to a larger server, so 15 people were in this one. 15 people, only 1 imposter. We ran into a problem in this one, and that's that some of these people just started calling for emergency meetings right off the bat. See, I barely started exploring here, start watching the cameras to see what's going on, and then bam, we got our first emergency meeting. Nobody's dead, nobody to report anything, but State Dress really wants to get Yara out right away, and the red player goes along with it. Seems to, Grandgen there seems to really want to go along with getting Yara out. That seems to be their strategy, just to try to thin the herd. People start leaving right away too. That becomes a problem. Not people dying, just people leaving the game out of frustration. It was a skip. But then immediately after it ends, they call another meeting. This time Grandin, and he is trying again to get Yara out. It works this time. People go along with it. Yara's out. And then, what do you know? Another emergency meeting right away. Getting annoying at this point. As you see, more people are leaving, people aren't dying. This is just a strategy, I guess, to try to annoy people. That's so people are all trying to get people to vote red just to get him out. I voted for him, but Skip wins this round. He survives one more. I thought at this point he was probably the imposter and he was just trying to annoy people into winning. I did get to do one task here. But right into another meeting. This time it got to be a little too much. Everybody got annoyed. Somebody was trying to throw shade my way and sort of throw suspicion my way, but I voted for Grandin, and this time it was enough. He was kicked out of the game just for being too annoying. Turns out he wasn't the imposter, so I don't really know what his strategy was, if not just to annoy people. But he did thin out the herd quite a bit. Just because people left mainly makes things easier for the imposter. Doesn't help the rest of the crew. So in this game, you can see I didn't try too many tasks. I kind of just ran around. I was trying to just watch people and see what they were doing. That's kind of my strategy. And here comes my first suspicion coming up here in a second, is I see Reaper coming out of electrical. And then I try to go in electrical and it's locked. So I decide to stick behind Reaper and just follow them. Probably annoyed them in the process, but I wasn't letting them out of my sight. Also trying not to get too close so that I didn't get killed. The lights went out, making it harder to follow. And I went back to electrical and found Reaper there again with a dead body. Now he reports it, and I thought that he was trying to self-report to beat me to it. So I did try to point my finger in Reaper's direction here. I thought it was him. And you see purple there. Cheyenne is trying to throw suspicion in my direction again. And they said I'm following, and I told them, yeah, I'm following. That's because that's how I'm trying to find who it is. I did get enough suspicion on Reaper to get him kicked out, but I was wrong. Sorry, Reaper. So I decided to follow purple here. Lights are still out, so that's not exactly an easy task. And right there she is on camera. I was suspicious of her now because she's just lurking around the corner waiting for someone to come down, so I thought she was waiting to strike right there. They come in to watch the cameras next. I wait with them for a second just to make sure nobody sneaks in and kills them. Go over to reactor. And emergency meeting. No bodies found. State Dress is the one who started this whole emergency meeting process. So here again, I tried to throw some suspicion on Cheyenne because they were my next top suspect. Dead body got reported. And I didn't have any reason to go on this, but again, I suspected Cheyenne, so I said maybe I think they did it and that they are self-reporting. And in retrospect, I shouldn't have because I was wrong. Cheyenne's not the imposter. Sorry. And that leaves very few people left, and that made it easy pickings for the imposter to come in here in a minute and end this round. So, didn't get the W this round. So, out of my first 3 games, I won 2 and lost 1. This is a fun game, and I definitely think I will be playing it more in the future. Let me know your thoughts on my first couple rounds of Among Us, and please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.